can't remember when I was this hyped for a LEGO game. I mean, I have been a long-time LEGO game fan, and I have purchased every game in the franchise thus far, starting with the first LEGO Star Wars game on the GameCube. However, even though I am a huge LEGO fan, I will not use this bias, like always, in this review, and I will try to look at this game from the perspective of somebody who knows nothing about the LEGO franchise and has never tried a LEGO game out. I should also mention that I have played a ton of the previous game in the franchise, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, so excuse me if I compared that game to this one. LEGO Marvel Superheroes was one of my favorite installations in the LEGO series, but does LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham live up to his predecessor? Can LEGO still provide a fresh take on LEGO Batman after 2 previous games? Well, let's find out. Our story begins with an assortment of different colored lanterns fighting in space. Then all of a sudden, an alien named Brainiac shows up and brainwashes all the lanterns there to capture them. He then mentions something about finding the last colored lantern and heads to Earth. The story continues in typical LEGO Batman style, where a group of bad guys break out of prison and our DC heroes must take them down one by one. Along the way, Brainiac is still lingering in the background and eventually brainwashes the entire Justice League, who Batman and Robin must defeat. I won't spoil the ending or the final boss, but I'm sure you can guess what it is by now. The plot is not too complex or anything, but boy is it written superbly. Characters are fleshed out to be dynamic beings with their own personality and charm, like the Joker, who has some of the best dialogue in the series, and truly does seem to be a madman. The writing of this game doesn't assume you are so stupid you cannot figure out the plot details and character attributes. Not to mention, the voice acting is wonderful, and the delivery each voice actor or actress gives for the character is phenomenal. Hands down, this cast of voice actors and actresses is among my favorite in any recent games I have played. Plus Adam West voice acts in this game, which is hilarious, and he does a great job. Adding to this great structure is the humor. The humor is actually great in this game, and some of the comedy even made me smile and chuckle, which is very uncommon. The concoction of this decent story, the amazing character development, and impressive humor blew me away, and is honestly one of the best aspects of the game. But as we all know, the most important part of any game is how it plays. Now, LEGO Batman 3 gameplay cannot be properly described as a simple good or bad. The controls are decent in this game, and seldom did I believe my deaths resulted in unfair controls. A lot of my deaths, however, occurred to problems with depth perception. Perhaps it's just me, but I sometimes had trouble going onto a different plane, for example a bridge, and as a result I would fall to my death. I seem to consistently have this problem, but maybe that was just my eyes or my television. Also, since now I've played a large quantity of LEGO games, I found the gameplay kind of monotonous. Although the vehicle sections and space shooting segments were great, the majority of the gameplay seemed tedious and tiresome. Every boss fight seemed like the same. They would break something, and then you'd have to build something with these broken parts to attack the boss. Each puzzle in the game was fairly easy and not challenging. You would utilize one of Batman or Robin's suits to blow up a silver piece, hit a switch, or break some Legos. The gameplay doesn't differ much from that, folks, and the game fails to add a lot of variation in the puzzles, combat, and Lego building, which this game revolves around. That's not to say you wouldn't enjoy the gameplay though, and I wouldn't say it's all bad. For one, the character variety is great, and all the characters are designed in the New 52 comic book format. Each character is entertaining to play, and I found myself flying about as Green Lantern or running quickly as the Flash in stages, ignoring my objectives. My favorite character though has to be Martian Manhunter, who can transform into a big fig and still shoot lasers out of his eyes. Every time I unlocked a new character, I was eager to play as him or her, and I never found myself disappointed in them. Did I mention Free Roam has returned? Yes, indeed. And this time you can venture to numerous DC locations like Oa, Gotham, and the Hall of Justice. I spent more hours than I'm willing to admit roaming around using the new characters and vehicles. I never grew tired of it, and with a friend it was much more entertaining. We would battle as our favorite villains or heroes, and I actually invited some friends over this weekend just to play this game. Despite the tediousness of the gameplay at times, the game is still enjoyable to play, and truly gave me sort of a childhood wonder that only titles like Super Mario 3D World have given me this generation. And not only was this game fun to play, it was nice to look at. The visuals were stunning, and showed off what the 8th generation of consoles and PC can truly do. I played this game primarily on the Wii U, and although it isn't as powerful as say the PS4 and Xbox One, the game still appeared visually marvelous. The lighting engine is superb, and although everything is not LEGO, it didn't bother me that much. The textures were still great, and the LEGO characters, vehicles, vehicles and structure models were all fantastic. To further emphasize the beauty of the game, it runs at a smooth, consistent 60 frames per second, only slowing down when occasionally I was running as fast as the Flash, or going places I wasn't supposed to be. My only semi-complaint about the presentation is that the music is never too prominent, and uses the same Batman theme for a majority of cutscenes. A lot of the time the music is simple, and not noticeable unless you really try to hear it. All in all, I really enjoyed the game, even regarding my issues with the gameplay. It is well worth the $50 for the Wii U version, $60 for the PS4 and Xbox One version, and the $30 for the PC version. This game definitely deserves a buy. I would recommend it to any LEGO fan, superhero fan, and any fan of the action-adventure genre. The writing is superb, the visuals are stunning, and the gameplay is decent. Due to this and the loads of replay value for unlocking characters and such, I would give this game an 8.4 out of 10. This game is an excellent addition to the LEGO franchise, but honestly, I would still place LEGO Marvel Superheroes above this game, and would recommend this game to anyone who is new to the LEGO franchise. And if your opinions differ from me, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a marvelous day, and goodbye.